So when I find a deal, gentlemen, I take full advantage of it. 1, 2, 3, and I've got 2 other in the next room, which I'm adding to my rotation. Guys, when it comes down to it, I buy 2, sometimes 5 items because it saves me time, because it saves me money. And in today's video, I want to save you a little bit of both by talking about 10 items which you should buy in multiple. Item number 1 on this list, gentlemen, your workhorse shoes. These are the shoes you depend on. These are the shoes whenever you need to look great in that suit, whenever you need them to perform, they need to be ready. So what you don't want to do is have one pair that you wear all the time. Why? Well, particularly for dress shoes or anything that has a leather upper, it's going to absorb the sweat in your feet, the moisture that comes out. It needs time to let that sweat dissipate naturally. If you force it or you wear a wet upper shoe, and it's just got a little bit of moisture in there, but you don't allow it to get rid of that, what's going to happen? It's going to prematurely age the leather by stretching it in a way that it shouldn't be. It's going to cause early cracking, and it could destroy the entire upper way before it's time. Guys, we haven't even talked about the sole of the shoe. This is something also over time, if you're commuting, walking miles on it, you're going to start to wear holes. Now, if you've got a great pair of shoes, let's say they're Goodyear welted that have a Blake stitch, well, you can get those basically sold. But you're still going to be without those shoes for a couple weeks. If these are your go-to shoes that look great with a suit, then what are you going to actually wear with that suit when you need it for the presentation? Guys, when I say multiples, you don't have to have the exact same shoe. You can, in this cap toe right here with a little bit of broguing on it, you can go ahead and get rid of that, go for a plain toe. You could maybe go for a dark brown. What I do like to see you do is stick with a particular brand. That way you know the fit is right, or you've at least tried a few brands and you know that these are all going to work for you. When it comes down to it, gentlemen, this is part of your uniform. Make sure that you've got a backup. And again, it could be something casual. You may find that, hey, I just want to have a few casual shoes. Maybe you've got a shoe like this in white and it could get stained easily, or it takes time to clean. Well, you want to have your backup. Item number 2 on this list, gentlemen, perfectly fitted jeans. When you find a particular brand, a particular style that works for your body type, take this as a sign and buy multiple pairs. Why? You're going to save a lot of time and a lot of effort, because brands, a lot of them, they follow these fashion trends. And so they change the cut, the models, everything they use to make the fit of the jeans. They'll change up within 5 to 6 years. So if you've got particular style, you just have these perfect jeans. It will be very difficult, if not impossible, to find them. I've got a friend, he's big into lifting weights and squats. You know what happens? Basically, he's got a big backside, he's got thick thighs. He had a particular brand that it was his go-to, and he tore those jeans, and all of a sudden he went to go buy them, and they slimmed up. It didn't fit him properly. He had to go on eBay and actually find the exact model numbers, and he was smart. Then he bought like 5 pairs, multiple colors. Don't be afraid. You don't have to go with all indigo or all dark colored. You could have fun. You could go with light grays. You could go with a red. You can go with maybe a variation of a true blue or a black. Moral of the story, when you find a pair of perfectly fitted jeans, buy at least 2. Now, before we go to the next item that I think you should own multiples of, let me ask you a quick question. Should you own multiples when it comes to a watch? So this one I was a little bit hesitant to put in there until I went to the review section over at Original Grain. Check this out, guys. Men just like you are buying multiple watches from Original Grain because they love the various collections. Now, Original Grain is the paid sponsor of today's video, but guys, I want you to check out these various collections. For 2 years, I've had them as a sponsor, and you guys are telling me, you guys in person, that you love these watches, that you love the way that they take wood, that they take metal, that they fuse it together. Look at those collections. The Barrel Collection, the Classic Collection, the Minimalist Collection, that Brewmaster Collection, the Major League Baseball Series Collection. Like the look of those watches, gentlemen? Well, click on the link down in the description. Go over to Original Grain. Use that discount code, RMRS. You can use that on one watch. You can use that on multiple watches. And let me know down in the comments, what 2 watches would you love to receive? Be specific. Talk about how you would rotate them through your wardrobe, what they would go with. The more details, the better, guys. If I've got a couple extra watches, you know I love sending them your way. Guys, let's get into the next point. Item number 3, extra suit trousers. Why? Because extra suit trousers are going to take your suit life and they're going to extend it. How does that happen? Because the first thing that normally gets damaged on a suit is going to be the trousers. They get ripped, they get torn, they get stained. Well, if you've got that extra pair of trousers, you are going to be able to default to those, and you're not going to have to worry about all of a sudden having an odd jacket, a sports jacket, a blazer. Yeah, and that's kind of cool when you can have that, but not at the expense of losing your suit. So by having those extra trousers, you have a little bit more insurance to make sure that you've got your suit to go back to. Item number 4, your perfectly fitted and perfectly white dress shirt. So when you want to wear a white dress shirt, you want something that's free from stains, something that fits you great, something when you put on, it looks beautiful. It can be dressed up, dressed down. But what you don't want is when you go to put on that dress shirt, you look at yourself in the mirror and you realize you've got a stain right here on the collar that you didn't notice, that you didn't get removed. And now you're about to go to an interview, you're about to give that big presentation, and you've got that big stain right here or right here, and it's going to bother you. Go to your other white dress shirt. And they're relatively inexpensive. You can get them all adjusted to fit you. You want to look for something maybe in a broadcloth, something in a poplin, but even an Oxford that can be dressed up, can be dressed down is going to be perfect. Item number 5, that outerwear piece that gets more compliments than anything in your wardrobe. You know what I'm talking about. That sports jacket that is made from that particular fabric that literally works with your complexion, with your eye color, and you get compliments all the time. That trucker jacket that when you put it on, you just feel tough. You feel great. It's just the most fun, casual look. It looks great with almost everything in your wardrobe. That cashmere sweater that when you slip it on, literally the ladies come out of the woodwork and they just start wanting to touch that sweater and get close to you. Whatever it may be, gentlemen, make sure that you get duplicates of it. You've got at least 2 of these because you are going to cry. You're going to be upset when that game-changing piece is damaged, is lost, is destroyed. Item number 6, a complete grooming set. And for me, I've got 3 of these. Of course, in my bathroom at home, which I use pretty much every day, I'm going to have a complete grooming set of everything I need. But I've got 2 DOP kits. One I keep in my truck, another one I keep in my gym bag. The reason I've got these 2 DOP kits, this one right here is my travel DOP kit that I keep in my truck. So if I'm going to be flying out to the airport, I'm going to be hitting the road for 2 weeks. If I'm just simply going to be going to the beach with my family, I've got this DOP kit that I have access to at any time basically I'm away from my house. In my gym bag, that DOP kit is going to be almost a replica of this one with a lot of the same stuff, but that one for when I go to the gym in the morning and I simply want to be able to freshen up or to be able to look good as I'm coming out of the gym. But having 3 complete sets, guys, makes it really easy because before, what I would find is I would go somewhere and I would forget something. I'd forget my hairbrush. I'd forget my hair product. I'd forget my toothpaste. By having 3 complete sets, I basically have systems so I avoid forgetting. The next item you want to own multiple of is your favorite fragrance. We're talking that fragrance when you wear it, you feel like $1,000,000. So you want to have a bottle for home. You want to have a bottle at work. You want to maybe have a bottle for your vehicle. So you're about to go on a date or it's lunchtime and you realize that, hey, fragrance doesn't last forever and you want to reapply the fragrance. But how to do this, especially when it's expensive. Your favorite fragrance is maybe a couple $100 per bottle. Or you know that to get the best deal, yeah, you could buy that 100 ml, but I don't want to have that much fragrance because that's like putting all your eggs in one basket. And all of a sudden, you open it up to light damage. Guys, learn how to decant. Basically, you're going to take that 100 ml or 50 ml bottle, you're going to break it down into smaller bottles, and all of a sudden, you're going to have travel fragrances. At the end of the day, guys, what you want is to have your favorite fragrance available to you, whether you're at home, whether you're at work, whether you are traveling, so you can feel like $1,000,000. Next up on this list, gentlemen, the white pocket square. So the key with the white pocket square is it has to be white. So you're looking for linen or you're looking for cotton. Either material is going to be fine, but you want to have multiple of these because eventually they will stain. When they stain, hey, you don't have to throw them out. You can actually turn them into a handkerchief. But for a pocket square, remember, has to be solid white, no stains. Next on this list, winter gloves. When you find a great pair, well-fitted winter gloves, especially if they're on sale, buy 2 sets. Put one in one jacket, put another set in another jacket. Eventually, you will lose one of those gloves. You've got the other pair that you can go and default to. But guess what? If you lose another glove, you got a 50-50 shot of actually having both a right and a left. Now, if you're stuck with 2 left-handed or 2 right-handed gloves, I don't know really what to tell you there. All right, guys, so finally, the number 10 item that you should own multiple of is, what do you think? Black socks, light gray shorts, polo shirts, I don't know, maybe watches. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. I almost went with socks. I thought that one was a little bit too easy. I do have a lot of pair of black socks, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? What should I have put down there? What should be on this list that I missed? And guys, go check out Original Grain. I'm going to link to them down in the description. Use that discount code. Let me know multiple watches, how you would wear them, how you would fit them into your wardrobe. Good company. I'm proud to have them as a sponsor. Guys, that's it. Thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.